Hi, good evening. I am Poem Praise to peace and blessings to you. I do have an evening read for you. We are going to be coming out of Message to the Blackman by Elijah Muhammad. We are currently in the chapter, The Making of Devil. This is take number 6 of this chapter. So without further ado, take number 6. It reads as such. As Mr. Yaqub continued to preach for converts, he told his people that he would make the others work for them. This promise came to pass. Naturally, there are always some people around who would like to have others do their work. Those are the ones who fell for Mr. Yaqub's teaching 100%. As he made converts in and around the holy city of Mecca, persecutions set in. The authorities became afraid of such powerful teachings, with promises of luxury and making slaves of others. As they began making arrests of those who believed the teachings, the officers would go back and find, to their surprise, others still teaching and believing it. Finally, they arrest Mr. Yaqub, but it only increased the teachings. They kept persecuting and arresting Yaqub's followers until they filled all the jails. The officers finally reported to the king that there was no room to put a prisoner in if arrested. All the jails are filled, and when we go out into the streets, we find them still teaching. What shall we do with them? The king questioned the officers on just what the teachings were and of the name of the leader. The officers gave the king the answers to everything. The king said, "This is not the name of that man." On entering the prison, the king was shown Yaqub's cell. "Assalamu alaikum," the king said. "So you are Mr. Yaqub?" He said, "Yes, I am." The king said, "Yaqub, I have come to see if we could work out some agreement that would bring about an end to this trouble. What would you suggest?" Mr. Yaqub told the king, "If you give me and my followers everything to start civilization as you have, and furnish us with money and other necessities of life for 20 years, I will take my followers and we will go from you." The king was pleased with the suggestion or condition made by Yaqub, and agreed to take care of them for 20 years until Yaqub's followers were able to go for themselves. After learning who Mr. Yaqub was, they all were afraid of him and were glad to make almost any agreement with him and his followers. The history or future of Mr. Yaqub and his people was in the nation's book by the writers, 23 scientists of our history, 8,400 years before his birth. So the government began to make preparation for the exiling of Mr. Yaqub and his followers. The king ordered everyone round up who was a believer in Mr. Yaqub. They took them to the seaport and loaded them on ships. After rounding them up, all up into ships, they numbered 59,999. Yaqub made 60,000. Their ships sailed out to an isle in the Aegean, A-C-G-A-N-C, called Pelin. Bible, Patmos. After they were loaded into the ships, Mr. Yaqub examined each of them to see if they were 100% with him, and to see if they were all healthy and productive people. If not, he would throw them off. Some were found to be unfit, and overboard they went. When they arrived at the isle, Mr. Yaqub said to them, "See how they, the holy people, have cast us out? Now if you will choose me to be your king, I will teach you how to go back and rule them all." Of course, they had already chosen Yaqub to be their king at the very start. So Yaqub chose doctors, ministers, nurses, and a cremator for his top laborers. He called these laborers together and told them his plan for making a new people who would rule for 6,000 years. He called the doctor first and said, "Doctor, let all the people come to you who want to marry. And if there come to you 2 real black ones, take a needle and get a little of their blood and go into your room and pretend to be examining it to see whether their blood would mix. Then come and tell them that they will each have to find another mate because their blood does not mix." It was the aim of Yaqub to get rid of the black, and he did. Give them a certificate to take to the minister, warning the minister against marrying the couple because their blood does not mix. When there comes to you 2 browner ones, take a pretend blood test of them, but give them a certificate saying that they are eligible to marry. Mr. Yaqub's charge to his laborers was very strict. Death if one disobeyed. They didn't know what Yaqub had in mind until they were given their labor to do. He made his laborers, from the chief to the least, liars. The doctor lied about the blood of the 2 black people who wanted to marry, that it did not mix. The brown and black could not be married, brown only. The doctors of today hold the same position over the people. You go to them to get a blood test to see if you are fit to be married. Today they say it is done to see if there are any contagious germs in the blood. I wish that they would enforce such a law today. Keep the white from mixing with black. Just the opposite. Perhaps we could remain black and not be disgraced by a mixture of all colors. In the days of Yaqub grafting of the present white race, a new and unlike race among the black nation for 600 years, his law was that they should not allow birth of a black baby in their family, but the white devils should mix their blood with the black nation in order to help destroy black. But they should not allow the black to mix with their blood. His aim was to kill and destroy the black nation. He ordered the nurses to kill all black babies that were born among his people by pricking the brains with a sharp needle as soon as the black child's head is out of the mother. The mother is alert, watching the nurse. Then the nurse would lie and fool the mother to get possession of the child, to murder it, saying that she, mother, gave birth to an angel child, and that she, the nurse, would like to take the baby to heaven. So when the mother dies, she would have a room with her child in heaven, for her baby was an angel. And I'm going to end take 6 right there. Stay tuned for take number 7. I do thank you for listening to this take here on Poem Praise 2. I do want for you and your family to be safe, to be well, to be blessed. And let us all continue to heal. It be at thy will. I, Poem Praise 2, I'll talk and I'll see you later. Peace and blessings to you. Till next time. Later, y'all.